There is a verdict in the civil trial against Donald Trump. It was filed by writer E. Jean Carroll. She accused the former president of raping her in a department store dressing room back in the 90s. I've got the verdict sheet just in front of me right now on the battery charge, and that gets to, again, the accusation of rape. Question one, did Mr. Trump rape Miss Carroll? The jury voted no. On the question of did Mr. Trump sexually abuse Ms. Carroll? Yes, the jury said. Moving down to question four, Ms. Carroll was injured as a result of Mr. Trump's conduct. The jury said yes. And if yes, inserting an amount of $2 million, a monetary judgment against the former president. Moving on to the question, Mr. Trump's conduct was willfully or wantonly negligent, reckless, or done with a conscious disregard of the rights. Yes, the jury said. And moving down to the defamation question, there were ultimately 5 questions related to that accusation. Did Ms. Carroll prove by preponderance of the evidence that Mr. Trump's statement was defamatory? The jury said yes, it was. Did Ms. Carroll prove by clear and convincing evidence that Mr. Trump's statement was false? The jury said yes. Mr. Trump made the statements with actual malice. The jury, yes.
There you have it, the breaking news of Donald Trump in that defamation trial, that civil suit with E. Jean Carroll in those accusations of rape from decades ago. He's been found liable, and also liable to pay $5 million to E. Jean Carroll. As they came out, her attorneys didn't say much as far to the media, but did say, we are happy. Trump's people said, we're gonna fight this, and we're gonna appeal it, we're gonna win. Now, of course, with civil cases versus criminal ones, is a different level of evidence you have to prove and get that done. And apparently it got done, including the defamation with him saying he never knew the lady and I can't believe that she'd say such a thing. He's calling it a hoax and a con job because those are Donald Trump's favorite terms to use. So there, we've got it to this point now. This is just a little bit of breaking news as we're seeing it come in. I think many people saw this coming. They said that that E. Jean Carroll's attorneys at the end were pointing out how he didn't show up. He didn't say much at all as far as this trial goes and just kind of shoved it aside. And that was a big part of how this went. What are your thoughts on how this went down and if it was more to come, actually?
I mean, I don't find that the verdict was exactly shocking. It kind of sucks that he didn't get hit with that rape liability. Would have been, because can't put it past him, but and it kind of sucks that he survived through the verdict. I was hoping maybe a different ending would have come from this. I think he's been kind of verbal about it on Truth Social, if I saw correctly earlier. So
he did point out how this is going to be he's fighting back, and there's more, because beforehand, of course, we heard that he wasn't. The judge actually made sure that he wasn't able to talk about this before this verdict came down, which I think when a judge tells you that, you have a track record of doing things like this. Now, the only last question left is as he's running for president again, and as we see him go into these potential primaries with other Republicans, how much this could potentially hurt him, or let's keep it real, because we know MAGA, or help him. Because last time it did.
He's gonna grift off this now. Now it's just gonna be a new thing, and all his supporters are gonna pay that $5 million bill he's got.
Oh. It's the thought I hadn't had yet. Wait until the emails come. Wait until the next steps come. Because even when it came to the other cases that he's having to face, he wants that mugshot. He wants that next ability to then grift and say, "Look how the government is coming for me." Yeah. The most unfair treatment of a former president in history, and I'll just lap it up. Hey, pay your money. It's not mine.